Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Show Love and this is Show Love Tarot. Welcome my lovers to my first public reading. I thank you all for joining me. As I said, my name is Show Love and I am the daughter of Ifa Orumila and fathers of divination. So I'm here to read for you a reading for the month of February. And so thank you for joining me. And just so you know, I always shuffle before. Spirit and I work very differently than most people on this channel on YouTube. So I just, I shuffle these quite on the yesterday on the 22nd. This was supposed to be a 2022 reading, but Spirit had other plans. So I have been sitting with this message for a while, and I've had it confirmed for me. So I'm very happy to have had the time and space to sit with this message for you and me. So let's get to it. I have pre-shuffled. I've been sitting with these cards for a while, and this is a general message. So whenever you hear this, this is meant for you. It is timeless. There is no time and space in spirit. So whenever you hear it, it's the perfect time. So, like I said, I read a little different. So I read the Arcanas first, and I generally validate or verify, clarify with the minors. So I work in Arcanas and the minors because Ifa or Rumila is diviner. The Arcanas is really all I need, but I really for my readers, I really like to clarify with the minors because it tends to help them. So let's get started. The first card that I pulled up, the Emperor in reverse. And the card that clarified it was the Queen in reverse. What this indicates to me, and there's a reader on this YouTube channel called Unique and Unapologetic, and she has a phrase that she calls bitter bitches and bitter bums. And when I see the Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, that clarifies this. I see bitter bitches and bitter bums. Now, either you are the bitter bitch and the bitter bum, or the people around you are the bitter bitches and bitter bums. But the card that comes after the Emperor in reverse, the major arcana, is the Death card, which tells me that either you need to drop some people that are in your environment that are bitter bitches and bitter bums, or you need to drop that. And that is what's holding you back. The card that clarifies the Death card is the King of Swords. And, that just reiterates that you need to cut that off. So there's other people, and it could be people, places, things, times, events, habits, whatever it is, that need to be cut off and ended in your life, in your environment. It is definitely holding you back. It is not bringing you any type of justice. It's not giving you anything that you actually need or can benefit from in your life. And that is clarified by the Six of Swords. Like a real need to move away from that energy, that negative, that naysaying, that lack mentality, even like crabs in a barrel, people who have an issue with either you moving forward, or you having an issue with others moving forward. Like, that is really a characteristic that needs to be eliminated from your life. And let go of and just fall away. I mean, some people have a hard time with letting go and letting people just like have the karma they're meant to have. I highly recommend that whatever is in your life, like taking stock. I mean, we're really working in a new paradigm right now, especially after this 2/22 event. And everything else that's happened before that. We're really moving into a space where we can't really bring along anything that's not working in our behalf. We really have to let things go. We have to let all these bitter bitches and bitter bums, we have to let all these negative attitudes, jealousy, conflict, anything that's standing in our way, we really have to cut it off. We have to let it go. Take that sword and cut it off, whether you have to do it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whether it's something in your environment. I feel that for some people out there that there's something in your environment that you have to cut off, whether it's a habit, any sort of addiction, perhaps. Letting it go. Letting it go. Cutting it off. Again, we have the Queen of Swords here that clarifies the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Just cutting it off. What I noticed here is with this King of Swords and this Queen of Swords, you know, it's like in this King of Swords, it's you know, birds of a feather flocking together. You know, you got the butterflies here, you got the birds here. And when we get to like moving away from that, you know, we're moving away from that with the Six of Wands. You have the Queen of Swords here is with just that one bird. Look at that. She just has one. You know, she's just that solo. We've moved from having multiple birds of a feather, moving away from that, right? Moving away from that. And then we're moving into, you know what? We're not going to tolerate any of that stuff. We have our own standards and we have our own truth and we have our, you know, own way of doing things. We don't need a group of people. We don't need a flock. We don't need to any validation from anybody else. We know who we are. So we're just going to let all that go. We're going to let all that go because it creates chaos in our life and it blocks us. We can't move forward with those types of things in our life. So that is what those majors, and you know, with you know, things like that, you can't move forward. There's no new beginning, right? There's no new beginning, and there's nothing that's steadfast. It's not everlasting. It's not. It's a weak. You know, it's the weakest link. This is the weak link position of this card. In order to move forward, you gotta let go of that weak link. You gotta let that go. So, to clarify all this, you know, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, Emperor reverse. I mean, you know, these are power positions in reverse. And just looking into your environment and the people that you're hanging around, friends, family, business partners, you know, any naysayers, anybody that tells you, you know, you can't or you won't or it's impossible. I mean, you just got to move away from those people and people who actually never really fully, you know, make sure that your partnerships are equal in some sort of way. You know, make sure that there's balance. You got to put an end to imbalance, wherever that is, whether it's partners, you know, friends, family, wherever it is. Make sure that you're being given you're given as much as you're giving. And cutting off anybody who's taking more than they are giving, you will avoid. This is what you avoid, right? You avoid broken hearts. You avoid instability. You avoid pouring from an empty cup. Look at that. The Queen of Cups in reverse. She has nothing left to give. I mean, how many of you can relate to that? You're giving to, this is my, when I see these two together, I see these like, it's kind of like giving your pearls to swine, right? Giving your stuff to people who don't appreciate it. These sneaky little, so-and-sos. And then they leave you what? They leave you holding the bag and you feel depleted. You're like, oh, well, well, shoot. Why did I just give that away to these people who didn't deserve it, huh? Why did I just give that away to these people who are sneaky? Why was I trying to prove myself, or whatever I was doing, whatever you were doing that caused you to give yourself your stuff away, huh? And now it's like this. To avoid that, walk away. Walk away from people who betray you. Let them go. This is what you want. You want equal give and take in all of your ways. Either you have to give equally, or people in your environment have to start giving equally. But in this new paradigm, I promise you, it's not going to work out if you're giving less than you're being given. It's not going to work out for the people who are taking more than they give. This is it. This is the time now. You have to take the blinders off and pay attention to what is going on in your environment. Are you giving more than you're being given? Or are you taking more than you're giving? This is the thing. Once you do, you drop that heavy burden. You drop that heavy burden of that feeling of lack and less than. And then you get that rest. And then what comes to you? You get a new insight of what you're looking for in life. So I'm going to end it there. I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. Either you or someone in your life, someone around you, people at work, wherever, let go of those bitter bitches and bitter bums, and just stop being a bitter bitch and bitter bums. And once you do that, your life will change. You'll get lighter. You'll get that Six of Pentacles. You'll know what balance means. Walk away from negativity. Walk away from, gossip. Walk away from all that stuff that you shouldn't be engaging in. Walk away from habits, situations, people, places, things, times, and events. Walk away. So you can stop feeling like this. This is not what you want. This is what you want. You want an equal give and take. This is what you want. Protect yourself. Protect your worth, your value. Don't give who you are, your truth. Your truth. Don't give that away. Don't compromise your truth, your standards, who you are, what you know to be right, what you know to be just. You're looking for more justice. More justice. Moving towards more justice. So we're going to leave it there. That's a great reading if you ask me. We're going to ask the 8-ball. We got the 8-ball here. Yes or no question. And we're going to see what the 8-ball says. I want you to bring your question into your brain, your mind, and I will give you the answer. The 8 ball says, concentrate and ask again. We're going to shake it again. Concentrate, focus, get some clarity on your question. The 8 ball says, yes, definitely. So whatever your question was, the answer is yes, definitely. I think that's amazing. Enjoy your yes, definitely. And thank you for joining me on my first channel, my first reading on this channel. If you'd like to support me, I'd love that. There's a link down below for my link tree. You can go to my Cashapp, the Show Love Podcast. My PayPal, showlovenow@yahoo.com. You can also email me there at SHOLOVENOW You can email me there for any questions. I'm not taking any private readings at the moment. I'm just doing